As the Celticonians are creaming themselves over on the internet at the exact same time at 7 AM UK time this morning, Celtic and the Australian national team put out a statement that Aaron Mooy is to retire with immediate effect. We'll get onto the whole Jota thing in a minute, but this is all about Aaron Mooy. The Celtic put out a statement saying that the Australian internationals Aaron Mooy today announced his intention to retire from both international and club football with immediate effect. Arron, who played a crucial role in Celtic's recent record-breaking treble victory, made the decision after a fantastic career spanning 15 years. Prior to joining Celtic, Arron played for a host of clubs. He made a fantastic international contribution, winning 57 caps, and also that was sort of the highlight of his career would be the World Cup last year. Arron says, "I'm delighted to finish my career on such a high with Celtic. I would like to thank all the fans for the great support they have given me during the past year. I was delighted to be part of such a memorial season." Brendan Rodgers said, "Clearly we are disappointed that Arron will be retiring. However, it's something we absolutely respect. He has done so much for the game, for a number of clubs and for his country. He deserves to make his own decision on his own terms. I am delighted for Arron. He's gone out on a real high after making such a telling contribution to Celtic last season. Together with all his achievements, it should be a real source of pride to him. Celtic Football Club and the international game will miss him dearly. On behalf of everyone at Celtic, I send Arron and his family our heartfelt best wishes for the future." Just when you thought it was bad enough last night, and last night's video was a bit tongue-in-cheek, I think we were all hoping that it wouldn't be true, and me putting out the other Jota. Let's get back to Aaron Mooy. I mean, he had a fantastic season last season. The Socceroos put out the statement in the Western Australia this morning. 8 AM, they put out Aaron Mooy as international career with immediate effect. 57 caps, 7 goals for Australia between 2012 and 2022, appearing in 2 World Cups. That's impressive just for that. As a young kid starting out in football, Aaron said, "The national team, just imagine yourself being there one day. He has lived the dream and he's truly grateful for that. He had the honour of playing alongside some of the greatest football players Australia has ever produced, creating long life friendships along the way. It's been a hugely difficult decision to retire, but I feel the time is right for the next generation to be given the opportunity and experience of international football. As a group, we were able to set a new bar at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar for the Socceroos, and I believe with the young talent coming through, the work begins now towards 2026. Mooy's final game for Australia was the World Cup last 16 against Argentina. The quietly spoken midfield player, he was fantastic for us, absolutely fantastic. 32 is young for a player to retire, but it is what it is. He's made the decision. He was carrying an injury towards the end of last season, and I think that's probably played on his mind a bit, and he's thought, what a time to go out. You know, he's been back in Scotland with his missus, and it is a high. So, to the big news that came out last night, Fabrizio Romano has said El Arteta is closing in on the deal to sign Jota. The agreement is still being discussed between the parties. Now, let's see the cash. Whilst the Celticonians are laughing at the fact that Jota's on his way out, they're ecstatic that he's left the building. There's bound to be boardrooms around Scotland that are going, they've done it again. Now, why, whilst the other side might be laughing and having a little bit of joy, there'll be people in the boardroom of Ibrox going, they've just gained 25 million. Okay, they're not going to get all of that. Okay, the overall profit is going to be about 12.5 million. That's profit from what we paid for them, and that's obviously the money that the sell-on clause that goes to is Benfica, right? So we've just gained 12.5 million profit. You tell me another club that would love to be in the shoes of us right now that has just got, so let's look at it, is getting 10 million tax-free. 10 million tax-free. That's just absolutely obscene. Of course you're going to go. When you look at Jota's Instagram, he did put out a couple of weeks ago, the class of 23, the class of 23, this is exact, the class of 2022-23 have successfully graduated. It's been an absolute pleasure and thanks to everyone. He put that out on the 5th of June, which was only a couple of days after the cup final. So did Celtic know at that time that he was going to be looking for a new club? Had Celtic already made that arrangement with him? It opens up a whole lot of other questions. Did the manager know? We've got to remember that Ange Postecoglou did say at the time, he said, when he was asked about his future, he said, look, let's not talk about my future. He says, the fact is that there's many of these players here today will not be at the club next season. That is just football. We need to get on with it. And then it was obviously a couple of days later that Ange Postecoglou left the building. Did Ange Postecoglou know that he was going to leave? He was going to lose some of his big stars. Did he know that it was going to be a bit of a changing season this summer? And was that in his mind? Was that in the back of his mind? You're going to get people out there that are going to say it just happened to happen at the exact same time when Peter Lawwell re-entered the building. And there's a lot of people that don't like Peter. There's a lot of people that do like Peter. I'm not having that conversation just now, but you know, there's a lot of people that are going to say that, look, it's Peter Lawwell at it again. The fact that Jota is going to go to the Gulf state opens up the door for, are they about to start buying in players big time? Because let's face it, they bought up half the Premier League down in England, and they're maybe getting a bit fed up of that. And the fact that owners of Man City have only been to one game in so many years, and that was to the Champions League final. If they start spending crazy amounts of money, you'll see a mass exodus of players for the EPL and all around Europe to the Saudis and the Gulf states. Because let's face it, they've got money to throw at people. And the fact that, if they're giving Jota 10 million tax free, you would be absolutely nuts not to take that. The news all this morning is obviously the media is all going to be about Aaron Mooy and his retirement. Hats off to Aaron and good luck to him in the future. He's been a fantastic servant. He played such an important role last season. Jota, it's all about money. It's all about money. I think we were all kind of hoping last night that it wasn't going to come true, and it was a bit tongue-in-cheek, the video I did last night. But the big announcement is, it looks as if he's going, and for 10 million. And the fact that is, Celtic are going to have over 12 million profit. That's excluding the money that they paid for him, excluding the money that they're having to pay Benfica with the sell-on clause. They're going to make over 12.5 million profit. So Sevconians could come and laugh all they want, but you're running about buying bargain basements whilst we're throwing in the cash. We've got a massive war chest now to spend on players. Celtic have to get the transfer business up and running. We have to get in the big announcements. We're spending decent money on players to make a real impact in the Champions League this season. Yes, the Champions League that we go straight into, remember. So smile, be happy, and I shall see you on the next video. Have a great day, Celtic fans all around the world.